Today we're going to be making the first scrapbook page of a scrapbook page series. So I'm starting off with a piece of 8.5 by 11 piece of gray cardstock. And I have this My Girl 6x6 paper pad from American Crafts. And I just picked out that gray letter print. And I also have this picture of a golden shower tree. So I wanted to get to use it. Now the reason why I'm starting off with gray is because the picture of the golden shower tree is really bright. So I wanted to tone it down with some gray cardstock. So I want to make sure, so I'm going to open up my trimmer. And I'm just going to cut it to 5 3/4. Just because the 6x6 paper pad. So it'll be a 1/4 of an inch around. So I'm going to cut that piece of the gray letter print down to 6x4. Then it'll be or 6x4 1/4. Then it will be a perfect mat to my picture. You won't be able to read the words that much, but that's okay. I didn't mind. So I'm just going to mat it on. So I have my 1/4 inch score tape there. And I'm just layering it onto the photo. And I'm keeping it in the inner side of the edges, just so if I want to tuck something under, I can easily tuck it under. Now, I'm not going to do that for the bottom piece, but I'm only going to do it for the top. So now I'm just going to corner chomp that top corner, because I thought it would give it a little bit more dimension. I was having a little trouble because I put the tape on first, so it got a little stuck. So next time you can do it before you take off the tape. So now I just did put it onto that gray piece, and I'm going to corner chomp it again. Now that's the Friskars corner chomper. You can get any one you want. You can also get like the We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. So now I'm going to ink the edges for all my different items. So it's a brand new Inkessentials Distress Blending Tool from Tim Holtz and Inkessentials. So I'm just inking it up with Memento Tuxedo Black. And I did that also to the 8.5 by 11 piece of gray cardstock. So now I just stuck it down to my piece of gray cardstock. And now I'm going to grab a piece of yellow washi tape from my stash. It's a yellow stripe. And I'm just going to put it behind the photo. Now, if you wanted to, you could roll the piece of washi tape across the whole entire piece of gray cardstock and then put your photo down. But instead, I decided to do it this way, so I saved my washi tape. So I'm just tucking it under slightly and then wrapping it around. So I'm just going to do that to both sides, and it'll look just as if it was rolled all the way across, and you didn't have to waste your washi tape. So now that's Harold's ABCs from Lawn Fawn, and then you're going to need Versamark, a clear block, and some Ranger silver embossing powder. You can also use Zing silver embossing powder or any embossing powders that you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it, my numbers. I'm going to put the date, but I decided that I'm going to do it from the back forward instead of from the forward back, just so I can get the placement perfect. So I'm going to ink it up with Versamark and stamp it down. So as you can see in that corner, and I'm just again going from the back to the front. So now I stamped it all in Versamark. You can either leave it like that, or you can add some silver embossing powder. You can also use clear if you want as well, or even white. So I'm just gonna pour the powder and I'm tapping it off. And then I'm just gonna grab my Zap American Crafts heat tool, as you can see there. I'm letting it heat up for a little while You can also heat it up for a little bit more, and then I'm just going right across my letters, and I'm just heat embossing it. So as you can see there, it's all done. Now I grabbed out this Lullaby stickers. It's an old font in this nice lemon color. Now I'm just gonna spell out shower or golden shower. That's my word that I'm gonna spell out. I just decided to start with the second word first. Now I place all my letters on a clear ruler, just so I can get the placement exactly how I want it. Now you can use a clear block or anything you want. Acetate, even wax paper, or anything that you think would work well. So I spelled out the word shower there, and as you can see, I got the perfect placement that I wanted. And there's the finished product of golden shower. So now I'm taking out my Big Shot, and I'm taking out a few different die sets. I have that kaleidoscope butterfly from Memory Box, and then I have this clouds, arrows, banner, and chevron die set from Sizzix. So I'm taking out this kaleidoscope butterfly from Memory Box, and I cut out that arrow, and I cut out 2 of those butterflies. Now, I forgot to say, but if you're going to want to cut out that kaleidoscope butterfly, you're going to want to use some shims. So either like 3 or 4 pieces of cardstock, or I used a piece of chipboard. So I'm just aligning it where I want it. And then I'm going to grab my ink pad again, and I'm just going to, or actually first of all, I'm going to add some glue to the back of this. I'm just using my Zig 2-way glue pen, and I'm just inked it, or I added the glue to the back, and now I'm going to ink it up. You can also do it the other way around. I would have done that first, but I just forgot. So there, I inked it up, and I stuck them all down. Now I'm just going to grab some pearls from Queen & Company. I have it in snowflake, pearl, and silver. So this first one is the snowflake. It's a very white. And then that's the silver that I'm opening now. And then pearl is like a off-white or a cream. Now how I'm going to do it is I'm going to do one of each color. And I'm going to do it from big to small. So I'm just grabbing out my X-Acto knife because it's a little bit hard to get off the pearl off of the backing. Now I'm just going to stick it onto my X-Acto knife, and then I'm just figuring out where I want it. So I'm just going to do it in clusters of 3, and I'm going to have 3 clusters. So I used the pearl color of the biggest pearl, then the medium in snowflake, and then the small of silver. And I'm just going to switch that up for each of the clusters. So as you can see there, I'm done. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.